Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are diving into something super visual. We're talking about making your short videos really stand out, make people stop scrolling.
Yeah, that scroll stopping power. It's
Look,
crucial.
absolutely. And look, if you're building any kind of presence online, you know getting seen is the first hurdle. Maybe you've even looked into ways to boost your profile, like checking out resources such as rapidboost.net to get more eyes on your stuff initially.
Right, getting that initial visibility is key. Rapidboost.net can certainly help with reach.
But, once people find your video, what actually makes them stick around? What
Yeah.
makes them, like, watch and engage?
Exactly. That's where the content itself, the visual appeal, really comes into play. Visibility gets them there, but the quality keeps them.
So that's our focus today. We're digging into excerpts from a guide called Mastering TikTok Effects and Filters.
A really practical source.
Our mission. We want to properly understand the difference between effects and filters, look at the strategy behind using them, and see how the pros use these tools, not just randomly, but purposefully.
Yeah, how they drive engagement, boost watch time, and importantly, build a kind of signature visual style.
I'm excited to uncover some of those secrets behind really captivating TikTok visuals.
And this material is great because it's not just how to use the tools, but, why they work so well, especially now when everything's so visual first.
Okay, let's get into it. So first things first, why are visuals just so important on a platform like TikTok?
Well, think about how you use it. You're scrolling fast, right? It's this constant stream of
It's
visuals.
split-second decisions.
Exactly. So that initial pop, maybe it's like glitter effects or a cool color change or some surprising AR thing. That's what makes someone pause. It earns you that crucial extra second or two.
So it's not just like pretty decoration. It's the hook.
It absolutely is. And the guide we're looking at points out something really interesting from TikTok's own data.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Videos that actually use these enhancements like effects and filters apparently hold viewers' attention for up to twice as long as videos that are just, raw footage.
Wait, twice as long? Seriously?
Twice as long. That's a massive difference.
That could mean someone actually sees your main point instead of just scrolling past after 2 seconds.
Precisely. And the creators who get this right, they're not just hopping on every single trend. They're using these tools strategically, to shape their story, create a mood, make a point stronger.
Okay, so visuals are vital, we get that.
Hmm.
But TikTok throws a lot of tools at you. Well, let's break down the basics. Effects versus filters. What's the real difference?
Yeah, the terms get mixed up. The source material defines it pretty clearly, though. Effects are generally the more dynamic, sometimes interactive tools.
Okay, dynamic how?
Think about augmented reality things popping onto the screen or time warps speeding up, slowing down, green screen letting you change your background entirely, or those face morphing effects.
Right, things that actively change the video's content or behavior.
Exactly. Effects alter how the video behaves. They add elements, change motion, lighting, your appearance, often in real time as you film.
Gotcha. So effects are about adding action or layers inside the video frame. What about filters then?
Filters are, well, simpler. They're more like overlays that adjust the overall look and feel, the aesthetic.
So like Instagram filters, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Making things brighter, adding that cinematic, grainy look, shifting colors for a retro mood. Filters are usually applied after filming. They're about polishing the color, the tone, the visual vibe.
Okay, that makes sense. Effects, dynamic additions. Filters, aesthetic mood setters. Knowing that difference seems pretty fundamental for planning content.
It really is. Knowing if you need an interactive bit while you're filming or just a certain visual style after helps you plan much more effectively. You can think ahead for maximum impact.
Let's talk effects first then. They often seem like the flashier ones, the real attention grabbers. What are some popular examples from the source, and how do they actually boost engagement?
Well, the guide notes that yes, top creators jump on trending effects, but they also find niche ones that suit their personal style. Augmented reality, AR, is a huge one.
Right, putting digital stuff in the real world.
Yeah, like the head in the clouds effect, or
Yeah.
virtual hats and sunglasses, or even, digital characters you can dance with. Businesses use it for try-ons, comedians for gags.
And wasn't there a wild statistic about AR engagement in the guide?
Yes. This is amazing. In 2023, videos using AR effects got, on average, 73% more shares than videos without them.
73% more shares, just from adding AR. Wow.
Yeah, it shows how much that layer of interactivity or surprise makes people want to share it.
That's powerful. Okay, what about effects messing with time? Slow-mo, that kind of thing.
Right, slow motion, repeat loops, freeze frames. These are great for storytelling.
Yeah.
The source mentions fitness creators using slow-mo to show technique clearly, or food bloggers using repeat effects for fun reveals.
And that time warp scan thing, that was everywhere.
Oh yeah, the time warp scan. Technically, TikTok calls it a filter, but it acts like a time effect, distorting things as that line moves. The hashtag for it has over 6 billion views.
6 billion. Okay, these effects have reach. Green screen's another big one, right?
Huge. It lets you put any image or video behind you instantly. No actual green screen needed. Super useful for educators, coaches, anyone explaining something. You can pop up charts, show examples, jump scenes.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
The guide calls it a secret weapon for getting that polished look without needing a fancy studio.
Makes sense. And then there are the effects really designed for interaction, like
Mhm.
face effects.
Exactly. Voice changers, face swaps, the morph effect where faces blend. These are basically magnets for duets and stitches.
Because it makes it easy for others to join in.
Totally. Someone sees a funny face swap, they want to try it with their friend's face. That instantly pushes your video to their audience, too. Brands use these for user-generated content challenges all the time.
So the power isn't just the visual flair, it's the potential for collaboration and sharing it creates.
Precisely. And the advice from the source is to balance using those big trending effects with finding some unique ones that fit your style. Keep an eye on the new and trending tabs.
Okay, so effects bring the action and interaction. Filters, then, are more about the mood, the aesthetics.
Yes, the subtle art, as the guide puts it. And there are hundreds of filters. Seriously, one for pretty much every mood or genre you can think of.
So how do you use filters strategically? It can't just be random.
Definitely not. The guide really stresses finding a signature look. Using the same filter, or a consistent style of filter, across your videos acts like visual branding.
Oh, interesting. Like how?
They give examples like maybe a creator named Amanda uses a certain cozy, muted filter, like the portrait filter maybe, tweaked down for all her lifestyle vlogs. Or a food creator, Marco, always uses filters that boost saturation to make the food look extra vibrant.
So people start to recognize your videos just by the look.
Exactly. You see that look, you know it's them. It's worth looking at trends in your niche too, you know? Beauty often uses soft focus, gaming might go for neon, travel loves that teal and orange look.
Right, the cinematic vibe.
Yeah. But the guide also says, don't be afraid to break the mold. Sometimes doing the unexpected filter choice is what gets you noticed.
Can you layer these things, like use an effect in a filter?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the source recommends it. Layering can give you the best of both worlds. Maybe you use a vibe effect while filming that adds subtle light leaks. And then in editing, you apply a mood filter that cools down the colors, makes a quick video feel more polished.
And you don't have to just slap the filter on
Yeah.
at 100% strength.
Yeah.
That,
No, definitely not. That's crucial. The guide highlights the Adjust tab. Don't just pick a filter and leave it. Use the slider to dial the intensity up or down, and dive into Adjust to tweak brightness, contrast, saturation, warmth.
Customization is key.
Totally. Make it work for your specific video and the look you're really going for.
Okay, this is great theory. Let's get practical. How do you actually use these step by step according to the guide?
Right, the process. Step 1. Pre-production. Plan first, even for short stuff. Decide the mood, the message, the visual goal before hitting record. Maybe quickly sketch it or check hashtags for visual inspiration in your niche.
Plan ahead. Got it. Step 2.
Step 2. Filming. This is usually when you pick your effects. Open the camera, hit effects, browse the categories, trending, new, AR, green screen, whatever. Tap to preview them live. See how it looks before you record.
And you can mix and match effects in one video.
Yep. Film different clips with different effects, like for a makeup tutorial, maybe use a beauty effect for smoothing skin in one part, then an AR glitter effect for another.
Okay, effects during or just before filming? Step 3.
Step 3, post-production. After filming, you're in the edit screen. This is where you apply filters, tap the filters icon, browse categories like portrait, landscape, food, vibe. Tap 1, adjust the intensity slider.
And use the Adjust tab here too.
Exactly. Fine-tune brightness, contrast, all that stuff. The guide uses an example. Filming a retro dance, you might use a VHS effect during filming for the scan lines, then add a moody BW black and white filter in editing.
Effects during, filters after. Makes sense. What about saving your signature look if TikTok doesn't have custom presets?
Right. Step 4 addresses that. The source says TikTok doesn't natively save complex filter sets yet. So the workaround is either write down your settings, filter name, intensity adjustment numbers, or maybe edit in a third-party app first, like CapCut, which often lets you save presets, then upload to TikTok.
A little extra step for consistency,
Ah.
and the last step.
Step 5. Experiment and post. Try stuff out. Don't overthink it too much. Test combinations, post regularly, and then crucially, look at your analytics. See what actually works.
Which videos get more watch time, more shares?
Exactly. The data might surprise you. Maybe a filter you weren't sure about actually performs really well with your audience.
Speaking of what works, the guide had some tips from top creators, right? How they use these tools effectively.
Yeah, some really good insights. One big one. Use them purposefully, not excessively. An effect should support the story or the joke, not just be there randomly. It shouldn't overpower the actual content.
Serve the story. Makes sense.
Another. Ride trends early. Be quick. Brands like Gymshark apparently got big boosts by using trending effects right when they took off. The tip is to spend maybe 10 minutes a day just checking the effects tabs and relevant hashtags.
Get in fast on trends. What about that signature look?
That's tip 3. Own your signature aesthetic. Consistency makes you memorable. They mentioned an artist who used a specific combo of glow filters and doodle effects, and that recognizable style helped her stand out.
Find your visual voice and refining that voice.
Study your analytics. This came up again. Look at the data. Do videos with filter X, get higher completion rates. Do effects that involve Y, get more comments. Find patterns for your audience. Test, measure, refine.
Use the data. Smart.
Okay.
And boosting interaction.
Foster audience interaction. Actively choose effects that encourage participation. Quizzes, AR games, things that are easy to duet. More interaction generally means wider reach.
Make it easy for people to engage. These are really practical. Didn't the guide have a case study too? Like a real-world example?
It did, yeah. The Coffee Corner, a small cafe in Manchester, apparently struggling a bit.
Okay, what did they do?
They changed their social strategy. The barista started posting daily clips of latte art. Simple stuff.
But they used effects and filters strategically.
Exactly. They didn't just post plain video. They used AR steam effects rising from the cups to make it look warm and inviting.
Oh, clever.
And they applied filters consistently that enhanced that cozy, warm vibe. Maybe the warm filter or something that slightly muted the colors for that comfortable cafe feel. It directly matched their brand Cozy Place, good coffee.
Okay, cute idea. But did it actually work for a small business?
The results were pretty amazing, according to the source. Within 30 days, their followers tripled. Average views went from like 900 to 25,000 per video.
Whoa, 900 to 25,000. That's huge.
Yeah, and they even got local news coverage out of it.
Just from adding some AR steam and cozy filters, that really shows the power of using these tools thoughtfully, even on a small scale.
It's a perfect example. You don't need a Hollywood budget. It's about using the tools smartly with intention.
So for everyone listening who wants to, immediately level up their video game, what are the key actionable steps from the guide?
Okay, several concrete things. First, define your visual identity. Pick a filter or a style you like that fits you and try to stick with it for, say, your next 10 or 15 videos. Build that consistency.
Find a look, commit for a bit. Got it. Next.
Schedule trend checks. Make it a habit. 10 minutes a day, browse the effects tabs, and challenge yourself. Try one new effect each week. Keep things fresh.
Stay current, keep experimenting.
Third, batch content. When you film, maybe shoot a few versions using different effects, or plan to try different filters on the same clips later. Gives you stuff to A/B test.
Film with options in mind. Good tip.
Fourth, analyze and optimize. Check those analytics. Which videos did well? Why? Look for patterns related to the visuals you used. Let the data guide you.
Learn from what works.
Fifth, encourage interactivity. Think about effects that invite participation. AR quizzes, funny face morphs for duets. Ask people to join in.
Make it engaging.
Sixth, mix education entertainment with visuals. Use green screen to illustrate points. Use time effects for dramatic storytelling or humor. Let the visuals enhance the message.
Use the tools to add value.
And finally, overarching everything. Stay on brand. Doesn't matter how trendy an effect is. If it feels wrong for you or your message, skip it. Authenticity plus the right tools is the sweet spot.
Fantastic. Those are super actionable takeaways. Really gets to the strategy behind the tools. So wrapping up this deep dive.
The main thing is, effects bring the action, the interactivity. Filters set the mood, the aesthetic.
And using both thoughtfully, layering them. That's where the creative magic happens.
Yeah, and success seems to come from finding that consistent style, but also constantly trying new things and really watching your analytics to see what clicks.
It's clear these aren't just fun extras. They're like essential for grabbing and holding attention.
Hmm.
Which brings us to a final thought for you, pulling directly from this source material.
Mm-hmm.
If you stop thinking of effects and filters as just decoration and start seeing them as strategic tools for storytelling and setting a mood, how could you choose one very intentionally to convey a specific feeling, tell a specific story beat, or express something unique about your voice or brand? Really think about the why behind your visual choices.
Great question to ponder. Well, thank you for joining us on the deep dive.
We hope this gives you some solid ideas to explore that source material further and start experimenting with real intention.